everyone. I'm Jen Houston, and if I haven't met you before, welcome to the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. That's my little business I have running here, and at my business we like to make all things paper crafting. So I see my thing wants me to switch here to a lower whatever it's called. Not technically advanced here, but anyways, I do things all things paper crafting. So I love the company Stampin' Up, and I've demonstrated with them for almost 9 years. So in October it'll be 9 years. Wow! And let me say, I have not regretted it one single bit. So I love getting discounts. On all the products that I have to buy. I don't have to buy, like to buy. I love that they are quality products that they sell. They aren't flimsy and they don't fall apart. And if something isn't quite right, it's easy to call them up, and they are great at their customer service. So love that, and I love meeting so many new people. I have met some of my closest friends throughout this. Earlier on, I guess, before I started Stampin' Up, I always felt like an outcast, I suppose. Just kind of looking for friendships. Of course, being artsy and fartsy, it's hard to meet people that are kind of like you, right? And so since joining Stampin' Up, I have met tons of people that are like me, and I absolutely love being part of it. Hello there, Norma G. Nice to see you. Good, good. So yes, if you pop on like Norma Jean, just say hello. Tell me where you're from if I've never met you. What kind of paper crafting or what kind of crafts do you like to do? Let me know. Yeah. Well, otherwise, this is actually going to be one of my card classes. I have a dog named Bud, if you haven't met me. I have a dog named Bud and Indy. There's two of them. But this one is sitting up here on my table staring out the window. And of course, every time somebody goes by, it's bark, bark, bark. He's the welcoming committee. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. I am having a great day. So today is my Nature's Harvest bundle class. So you're actually going to see what a card class is like if you join with me. People have purchased the card kits from me prior to this, and so they will be able to actually work along with me throughout this entire week. So each day throughout this week, except for Wednesday, I am going to show one of the cards in the kit. So there's 4 cards in total, and they all come with card inserts and envelopes and all the supplies that you need to create these projects. Hello, Kathy. Good afternoon. Good to see you. So first off, let's pop on here. Let's check out this beautiful bundle. So as you can see from the catalog here on page 54, by the way, if you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, I'd love to be yours. If you live in Canada, I can send you out one of these beautiful things to stare at. Google, not Google. Drool. There's the word. Drool over. Oh, it's a great thing to look at before bed. It just makes you, la 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 la, off to bed in a good mood. Hey, hi Holly, good to see you. So it's a beautiful bundle, great for fall, of course, and it comes with all sorts of things that you can purchase extra to go with this kit. Beautiful paper, this cork paper, which is absolutely one of my favorites. Beautiful, beautiful ribbon that'll go with so many things. And of course, same thing with these, what are they exactly called? Brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Here we go. And if I just flip over the page, it kind of showcases this stamp set that we'll be using today. It's just pretty, like the echinacea or cornflowers. Always lovely. So lots of card examples that you can see from in the catalog, and of course today and throughout this week I'm going to show you 4 more different examples on how to use this. Okay, so let's close this up. And if you are working with me today, what you're going to need for this first card is a Misty Moonlight ink pad. You're going to need some adhesive, so I'm actually going to use the liquid glue and some Stampin' Seal. I'm going to get out some dimensionals, because of course we always like to pop things up, right? And for this card, I'm just using the, what size of block is this? G block, and I'm using the little thank you stamp. So the thank you stamp is right here. So if you get that out on a block and ready to roll, that's great. I am, for the card insert and envelope, going to use this stamp just kind of as a little bit of decoration. So if you want to join in on that, you can. If you don't, no worries. Linda loves this. Yes, me too. I've been making so many cards with this and I just love it. Some some bundles you start and you just can't stop. You just, one idea leads to another idea, leads to another idea. Next thing you know, you have quite the stash. All right, so we're going to look for our little blue card kit. If you're working along with me, I'm going to take my name off the screen. If you forget, you can always ask in the comments, and I know all these lovely ladies will help you out. So this is the card we're going to make. I love the paper that comes with this set. And of course it coordinates so nicely with the ink and all the other, you know, the cardstock and the ink and the paper. That's one of the reasons why I love Stampin' Up. You can just, it's like one-stop shop. You don't have to wander through a store. You find the most beautiful paper and then you can't find cardstock to work with it. All right, I'm just gonna grab a drink here. I'm running low. There we go. So here is our card base that we're going to use today. We actually have two pieces of basic white. One is bigger and one is smaller. The bigger one, set that aside onto your envelope right now because that is going to be our card insert. So we aren't going to be using that for the front of the card at all. Then we have these little strips of designer series paper. Now on this card, I used the blue side, but the fun of card classes, hi Barbara, good afternoon. I received my package from Stampin' Up. Oh, good. But the fun of doing card classes is that you can make them however you want them. So you can turn over the cardstock or the paper and make the, you know, make it different ways. Or you can make this version and then later on you can, you know, go ahead and make the same card, the same layout, just using the other side of the designer series paper. Okay, so I think just to be a little different, I'm going to actually do the orange side just to see what you think, which is better. And then we have a bunch of little doodads over here that we will use for our card later on. Okay, so we're going to do our stamping first. That's what I like to do first. So you have this little piece of cork, and one of the amazing things about this cork is that you can stamp on it. It is so amazing. I thought it would be really thick and heavy and it wouldn't be easy to work with, but it's thin, it's textured, it's bumpy. Oh, thanks so much, Kathy. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. So I'm just going to take my thank you stamp, dip that in the Misty Moonlight, and stamp onto this little label. By the way, this little label is part of the dies that come with this set. So it's nice that you can get this little label that fits that sentiment just perfectly. All right, so that's our stamping for this card. Easy peasy, right? So now we're just going to kind of go and assemble this card. So I've got my little strip. I'll try and keep this one here so you can see what the original looks like. So as I said, I'm going to actually do this one with the orange poking up. So what I like to do is, because there's a bunch of strips, I like to place one along the bottom. Now if you're very particular, like our friend Lisa Harden in the US, you can use your ruler. You can use your grid paper to line it up exactly. I'm kind of a just go with it type. So I start off with the bottom and then I go up to the top and place that strip. And then I'm going to do the middle one. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks for sharing. Thanks. That helps my business. Oh, and look what I did. Okay, well, let's do a mismatch then. I'm very flustered today. I'm so excited because I finally found a venue that will work for me when I go to Manitoba in October. I can have a Christmas card making retreat. So I haven't been there to do a retreat since February 2020, just before COVID hit. And it was so much fun. We had a great day using the Poppy set. And so I can't wait to go back and craft with all the people in person. So there you go. So as you can see, I did top, bottom, then I did the middle, and then if you fill in those in-betweens, it kind of spaces that out nice and neatly. All right, next we have some die cuts that also come with this set. So I like that they're just kind of random flowery shapes. You kind of know what they are, but they're not extremely precise. They're easy to pop out. They're easy to glue, which is great. So I'm actually going to take this white one first, and I'm going to take my liquid, multi-purpose liquid glue, and as I showed the ladies here, we did this card class in Canmore, is I'm just going to put glue on those dots, kind of on those flower pieces. I'm not going to worry about the stem at all because there's going to be something that goes over top of it anyway. All right, I'm just going to put this off a little bit off-centered. Plus, you can chop this off wherever you want to if you haven't glued it down. Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. So there's that one. And then I'm just going to glue this one over top as well. So once again, get out my liquid glue. That is all I'm going to glue is the top of the head of that echinacea flower. Isn't that easy? I remember my first time that I did card making, I saw the cards that the lady was going to, get us to do, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how in the world are we going to do that? But how easy it was actually what kind of sold me on card making. So all right, so I've got my little piece of ribbon here, which I just want a little piece. I don't want the whole thing. So you can cut it to be as long or as short as you like so. I think I'm going to use my tear and tape. If you don't have tear and tape, you can always run a little strip of your stamp and seal along there, or just run a little bead of glue along there and stick that on. You could use glue dots, all sorts of things. But this tear and tape is quite great. You just stick it on, tear it off however long you want it, give it a little rub to burnish it. Try not to swear. And then you peel off the backing and you have like double-sided sticky tape. So then you can place this on, and it's very sticky. So you can place this on wherever you like. I'm going to place it right there. And as you can see, so that's going to cover this piece, so it's not going to flap around, it's not going to fall off. It's all good. All right, now I've got my little sentiment here. Let's put on dimensionals on the back. I like using dimensionals to pop up the sentiments. And then I'm just going to place this kind of, well, maybe I'll move it over a little bit. There we go, like so. And then I have, oh, can't lose these guys, these adhesive back dots. Oh, look, one's already come off onto my finger. It really wants to get on the card. I have to look at the catalog again. I missed the cork. Yes. Oh, well, Barbara, since you're part of my team, check the mail when your card comes along. I may have placed some cork in there for my team members to play with because I love it that much. I wanted you to play with some. All right, there's kind of the card front. All we have left to do is put it onto the card base, like so. but I just kind of want to make it a little more fancy. So let's pop this layer up. Just kind of gives little shadows behind it, and it makes it, I don't know, a little more exciting, I suppose, than just everything being flat in one layer. So I like to put on about this many. If you use more or less, that's all good. It is its only glue source, so you kind of want to make sure that it is covered well. But there we have it. Done. Now, we have this one piece of paper over here that we can use to put on the inside of the card. And I was mentioning before that I'm going to use this stamp to do that. So I'm going to get out my Misty Moonlight again. I think it'll just tie together really well. All right, are you ready? I'm just going to place it kind of in the corner. This is my card insert again, once again. Oh, I love that image. I love it. And while I have this stamp and the ink out, I'm also going to stamp this on the corner of my envelope. Why not? Pretty. Love it. So you don't have to stamp it or color this image in. There are some cards out there that they do actually color with Stampin' Blends or watercolor pencils or the Stampin' Write markers. But, you know, by itself, it's a beautiful image as well. I know one of my team members made a card today and showed it to our team members. And she just used Old Olive. It was just stamped onto white cardstock, and it was absolutely stunning. Just very simple and elegant. So here again, I'm just using Stampin' Seal glue to stick that on the inside of my card. I now have this. You could always stamp the little thank you again in Calypso Coral to match this orange. But I'm curious, which card do you like better? Do you like the blue or the orange plus blue? A little oops there, but really it doesn't matter. It looks like it was meant to be, right? And nobody sees my actual, my card, right? So nobody knows what it was supposed to look like. So do you prefer the blue or the orange? And while you do that, I'm going to take my Simply Chamois and just wipe off these stamps just before I stick my elbow into the ink pad or into the ink, and I'll automatically have a echinacea tattoo on my arm. So what do you think? You like the orange, orange, blue, blue? Ooh. Blue, orange, blue. Yeah. So there's kind of a lot of variations, right? And can you imagine like just changing up the different colors? There's so many beautiful colors of this designer series paper, DSP. I mean, you could make this layout with so many different, all the different colors of the DSP really easily. These little strips are lovely. When you cut down your designer series paper, the 12 by 12 sheets, if you cut them 4 inches in 4-inch strips, and then 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, and then you have a little strip at the end. It's such a great way to use up those little scraps of designer series paper. And you know, just simple. This isn't don't have to stamp, don't have to color. It's such a beautiful, elegant card. So thank you for chiming in there with your opinions. I love to see that. I'm glad that you were able to craft along with me today. If you liked any of these cards, this card that I made today or the card that I made before, and you're kind of like, hey, that was pretty simple, I want to try that, I can most certainly help you get the supplies into your hands to create one of these kinds of cards. I can help you out with that. And even better yet, if you want to join my little stamping community, the Artsy Hearts team, my team members, that's awesome too. We always, I don't know, I have such a great team. They're so they love trying different things. They love showcasing their beautiful talent, and so we would love to have more people join. So you are always welcome. All you have to do is get your starter kit. Other than that, for card number 2, I will be back here tomorrow at 1:30. And if you haven't done so yet, head to my Facebook page and scroll down and look for the Mail It Out Monday challenge. That's a challenge where you pick a number between 1 and 15. And if your number is chosen tomorrow, I send you out some happy mail. Who doesn't love happy mail? My whole reason for doing this, right, is to bless somebody else and make somebody else smile. So such an easy, inexpensive way to do that. So I hope to see you back here tomorrow at 1:30 when we do card number 2. Bye, everyone.